All right, people. We're gonna talk about why women get addicted to men who do the bare minimum. We're gonna start with the girl who sounds like she's gonna fire you at your job. Let's begin with her.
Class, you can find it at the top of my profile.
Think about it this way. If you're constantly available to her, if you're constantly talking about you're thinking you're sharing your vulnerabilities and saying what's going wrong in your life, and if you're always at her beck and call, she's not going to have the opportunity to really create traction for you. She's not going to have an opportunity to really miss you because that's not vulnerability and that's not attraction. And missing someone is a huge part of attraction, especially in the beginning phases. Getting them to think about you, that's what creates desire. You want to give her the chance to miss you, think about you, crave talking to you, get excited when she sees the phone ring and it's your name on it or a text message. Because this is how a woman can start to really fantasize about you little by little. If you're always around, then there's no room for bereavement.
Yeah, a lot of guys and people in general forget about pace. You gotta have pace. You gotta know when to be there and when to shut the fuck up. When to charm her and when to be a little cold with her, right? When to be more permissible and when to put her in her place, right? It that shows authenticity. Where too many people are either too absent or too present, and that's not how it's done.
There's no room for mystery or anticipation. And it's way too easy to slip in the friend zone. And that's where, if you don't have happiness and you become needy and codependent in a relationship, or you're looking for a woman to validate your existence and your confidence, this is where you're going to fall short and be the kind of guy that women maybe date and then end up breaking up with.
Have you noticed how attracted you are to low effort? Like, I think low effort is the absolute number one turn off, the number one thing that's going to make me bounce out the door and not want to be with somebody. But you are attracted to low effort. Have you noticed the type of men that you've been consistently dating? The type of man that you've been trying to convince to stick around, the kind of situationships you've been staying in and praying for to turn into a relationship.
Well, the good thing about low effort is that it attracts a certain kind of woman that, depending on your desires, you'll want to use it or not. Meaning, low effort attracts submissive women who who are down to do things, right? Right? It does, right? If you want a long term relationship, though, like a girl to be your girlfriend, um, you're not gonna want that type of woman who accepts low effort because that means that she's done it with other guys. And most likely, if she accepts low effort, that means there are guys in her past that could come back because she still feels resentful at the fact that they didn't put effort. Those types of women who react to your low energy, to your low effort, will be the type of woman that could easily cheat on you if their exes come back because they're usually the ones that get their hearts broken, and usually they never heal.
The kind of man that you do not want to leave is this low effort guy. Do you realize how attracted you are to that and how crazy that is? I mean, think about it. Low effort is so gross. It's weird. It's
Hey,
weird.
relax,
A
Blondie.
man who doesn't really want to be with you is going to give you low effort, but you have convinced yourself otherwise. You have convinced yourself that in time he's going to change his mind or he's going to put in more effort. But no, he's not. If he wanted to, he would. Like, very basic. He's choosing not to put an effort because he has no desire to, or he's putting in a little effort because that's the capacity he's willing to give you. You want to settle for that? Like, do you really think that's all you're worth? I mean, I don't know you, but I know you're worth more. And how do I know you're worth more? Because humans innately are. You are innately worthy of more, but you have, for some reason, convinced yourself otherwise. And
Actions that they don't want to be with you is because you are not obsessed with yourself. Yeah. You are not obsessed with yourself. Okay, so there's many things you could be doing, but if you're still stuck, don't worry. I went on Astra and I asked Astra to give me a list of things that I can do right now to shift my focus off that person onto myself based on my zodiac signs.
This bitch.
I'm sorry, but I don't see how y'all females be out here like dating and having sex with men who don't do nothing for y'all. Like,
Well, because they do something for them. When you, as a guy, stop putting effort on a woman, you allow her subconscious mind to to tell her a story about you that makes you look really good. When a woman allows that to happen, she's not falling in love with you. She's falling in love with the idea of you. Eventually, she's gonna wake up and hate your ass. But in that time, she's gonna waste her time, right? And so it's easy to say why are they attracted to them, why they're attracted to those types of guys. But it's what's going on here is that it's a when you do less, if people got neglected in their childhood and you don't put a lot of effort, you activate that and you literally regress them to a childlike state where they can't think straight. When you're a kid, you can't think straight. And so you gain all the power in that way. You know, for somebody to snap out of it, they got to suffer. You snap out of it through suffering. You snap out of it where you got so low that you finally wake up and say, what the fuck is going on? That's why, you know, that's why if you do this on someone, you got to validate them every now and then so that they don't wake up.
I don't know. Maybe it depends on what you believe in, but I was raised that a man's supposed to take care of the household. Like, he's supposed to be the head.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to lead. And I feel like as a man, you're supposed to take care of your woman. Even if your woman work, like, even if a man comes and tells me, hey, you can quit your job, you don't have to work, I'm still going to work because I like to make my own money, because I want my own motion. And I feel like a person can leave you tomorrow and you still got to be able to hold your own. I'm a strong believer in that. But I still feel like, why as a woman would I let you come into my life if you're not adding to or putting me onto nothing bigger?
Because, okay, relax. She's getting mad. Because it's practical. It's not practical. It's an emotional thing. You're triggering them. It's a trigger. Your low effort triggers them. It's not rational. You're thinking rationally, homie. Sun-kissed, right? It's not something that she's like, oh wow, she's putting low effort, let me leave. No, it's like pain, low effort, neglect, horrible feeling like shit, depressed, and then you're like, they're making me feel bad. Why don't they like me back? If I get them to like me, maybe that'll fix it. Then they start putting effort so that the girl starts putting effort so that the guy could put effort. That's why they do that. It's not a rational thing, because if they were thinking rationally, yeah, they wouldn't be together. So that's why this only works on people who have traumas of neglect, you know, like and like I said, you could sort of identify the type of traumas people have by the strategies that they react to, right? If they don't react to you pulling away, it means either they don't like you or they just never they weren't neglected, and they get turned off by your behavior. If they were neglected and you're not putting effort, you will reactivate that wound and open it, and they'll feel that same desire they have for their parents onto you. It's complete projection, but you got to be careful. You do this on the wrong woman, and she'll commit a felony just to get you back. You know, she'll. That's a fact.
It doesn't make logical sense. And I feel like as women, when you allow men to come in and do that, you're lowering your standards, and then you're making it, he's gonna treat you however he wants to treat you.
Yeah, and the real issue here is that the woman doesn't know how to make herself happy, and so they rely on the man, right? And that's why these strategies work so well, because you're making them feel horrible about themselves, but they don't have the capacity to make themselves feel better. So naturally, the mind goes towards what caused them to feel bad. So in order for me to feel better, I got to get validation from you. It's like a school shooter, right? You guys make me feel bad. Well, guess what? The only way I'm a feel good is to go, and you're like, and like, I imagine, right? Imagine you're one of those people. You do that. How do you feel? You're like, yeah, that's what they get. That's what they get for making me feel bad. Yeah, like you get what? There's a pleasure off of getting the validation of the people who hurt you. And this doesn't lead to, it leads to obsession, it leads to complete submission, but eventually people wake up, and if you stay long enough with that person, they'll get revenge on you. Anyways, man, let me know what you guys think, man. Check out the Patreon people today. For $5 a month, you guys can join the Patreon. We're posting a video today in 4 hours. When to push them away, they start chasing. It's part of the Robert Greene Book Club. We have meditations. We just posted this video the other day. Do this when they're falling in love. Check it out. For $5 a month, you guys get access to a bunch of videos and meditations. It's a good way to support the channel for all the freeloaders out there, right? So click on the description down below, join the Patreon, and I'll see you guys inside. Take care.